Hi, I'm Ava. Welcome to my channel, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how I had lost 50 pounds in the last 2 months. I did have a baby, so the start of my pregnancy, I was roughly 100 pounds. Well, by the time I'd figured out I was pregnant, I weighed about 112 pounds. So by that time I gained roughly 10 to 12 pounds and didn't even realize I was pregnant. I just started eating excessively because I was really nauseous all the time. The only thing that would fix it was food. So I gained 50 pounds roughly throughout the course of my pregnancy. Then I gave birth to my daughter at 37 weeks exactly, and I was in the hospital with her for 3 days, and I figured I'd lose like 15 pounds, so I'd go home, and I weighed 142 pounds when I got home. It was a little bit discouraging reading other women's stories about how they had lost 20 pounds, you know, how they lost all the baby weight, went home in their jeans. I was not one of those women. I did not look pregnant by any means. Even right after I had my daughter, I was told I would have a bulging stomach still. I did not. My stomach went down completely. My daughter weighed 5 pounds 3 ounces when she was born, so she was kind of tiny, but I'm tiny. I'm 5'2". And so yeah, I went home, weighed 142, very discouraged. And everyone's like, well, you're gonna breastfeed, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm exclusively breastfeeding. I'm gonna do this, and I have. I've stuck to it. My daughter is almost 4 months old now, and I exclusively breastfeed. I wouldn't have it any other way. There's nothing wrong with formula feeding or doing a mixture of the two, but for me, I wanted to exclusively breastfeed, and I've stuck to it. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that. It's a very rewarding feeling. So anyway, even though I was discouraged with my weight, I didn't do anything about it, and I'm not sure why. Pre-pregnancy, I exercised excessively, and I think it may have been a little bit unhealthy to be where I was physically. Every little ounce of fat had to go. I didn't want to be heavy, even though everyone's like, you're technically underweight, why are you doing this? And I never really had a logical explanation for it. So I didn't want to get back into that, especially with a brand new baby, and I take care of her alone. I didn't have the time to exercise, so when she would take a nap, I would get stuff done. So I still, to this day, have not exercised. Unless you want to count walking, but even that's just walking around like a target. I don't go for walks. That makes sense. I eat tons of food, and at the beginning of my pregnancy, I wasn't feeling very good. I was always super nauseous. The breastfeeding made me nauseous. The lack of sleep was making me nauseous. Hi, baby. So I wasn't losing weight very quickly at the beginning after I had her, and it was bothering me a little bit. Like the first week or two, I was like, why aren't the pounds coming off? Everyone online and everyone I know says, you know, all the weight's just gonna drop off, just magically go away, and you're gonna be all better, and that wasn't the case. I was getting very sad and wondering, oh my god, what's wrong? And then something switched in me, not like in my brain, but physically inside of me, and the weight just fell off, gone. I was losing multiple pounds in a day while eating still less amounts of food because I wasn't feeling good. Well, then I started to be really hungry, and so the last couple weeks I have been eating like crazy and still losing not as excessively, not pounds a day, maybe a couple pounds a week. And so I've had to kind of calculate and figure out how many calories I need to eat a day to maintain my weight, because I don't want to become severely underweight. I want to be as healthy as possible for my daughter and myself and my family to be the best I can be. So I have figured out I need about 3,500 calories a day. That might seem a little excessive to some people. I can agree. Sometimes it's hard to eat that many calories, especially because I don't want to just sit there and eat junk food all the time. I would like to eat healthier food, and most of the time healthier food isn't super high in calories. So it takes a lot. So basically I started at 100 pounds pre-pregnancy, end of pregnancy 150, and now almost 4 months later I've maintained my weight at 100 pounds. So it only took 2 months for me to lose 50 pounds. I think it's caused a little bit of harm losing weight so quickly. I don't know about other women. I am now freezing all the time. I shake often, not even when I actually feel cold, but then sometimes I get these random hot flashes. They're great. And I can be hanging out outside in shorts and a tank top in the cold. Although I do live in California, it's probably actually not very cold here. So I used to live in South Dakota, and for a short period of time, that was cold. So yeah, I guess I can say with confidence that I lost the 50 pounds due to breastfeeding. It's a miracle. It really is. I never thought that breastfeeding, feeding your baby would cause you or me to lose 50 pounds in only 2 months. I think that's just amazing. So 50 pounds. I never thought I'd get back to my pre-pregnancy weight. I'm gonna be very honest. I expected to be 20 pounds heavier, so maybe 120, I guess. Because I was stuck at 120 for a while, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'll rock it. Let's do this. Later on, maybe I'll start toning up, and never did, and I never stayed at 120. I fit back in my pre-pregnancy clothes, actually a little bit differently though, in my tops. My bottoms all fit the same. My hips are wider, so I have more of a figure. I didn't really have very much of a figure before, but now I have curves. And pre-pregnancy, my cup size, my bra, was AA, very small. And now, depending on the bra, it's a D or double D. I've had to get used to that. I've never had an issue with cleavage before. I never had issues with like shirts fitting. I still wear a small, extra small in shirts. If it's a crop top, I typically go toward a medium though, because I don't need it as like a bra. So a lot of my shirts fit a little weird now, but that's all part of it. It's all part of the journey, I guess. So yeah, breastfeeding did it for me. I have not exercised. I don't want to exercise unless I have to, but I don't want to. I try and eat as healthy as I can, but I don't eat super healthy. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say, oh, I'm such a healthy eater, so you need to eat healthy too to lose all the weight, postpartum weight. That's not the truth. I try, but not always, not always. I drink soda religiously. It's my go-to thing. People love their dessert, or, you know, they love a certain food. I love soda. Soda is my life. So if you are pregnant, or you've just had a baby, or you have no children, you're not pregnant, you'll never have children, you don't want them, whatever, and you're just watching this video, just watching me ramble on, the weight loss is possible, and if you don't breastfeed, it may take a little more time to come off. Going for walks is probably gonna be your best friend because it's super low impact. You can take your baby, but I do highly recommend breastfeeding. There are different ways you can go about it. It can be very painful at times, still to this day, and there are certain things you can use to help with that. Yeah. So that's how I lost 50 pounds in 2 months. I hope this was helpful, I guess. I hope you enjoyed it. And if so, maybe give it a like, maybe not. It's up to you. And I hope you enjoyed this video.